And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Really? When you watch my reviews, you gotta take them with a grain of salt because you may or may not agree with me, your taste may not be in line, and just because I say it's terrible or good doesn't mean that it is. Now, why am I saying this? I'm not telling you not to watch my reviews. Watch them all and click on the links around here somewhere. No, the reason I'm saying that is because when I initially heard about Hunger Days, I just heard bleh, terrible, awful, bad, and I thought, ugh. So I put it aside and kept putting off playing it. Well, here's the deal. The game has terrible production values. It has a stupid rule which hurts the game. But if those will be fixed, there's some good ideas in here, and I like that. I like the idea of it. Apparently, it's set on some book I have not read where people are going to compete in games so that they get food for their province. I don't know. But anyway, the idea of competing and there's different skills and getting alliances, there's some neat aspects to this game, and you'll see them in a second. But, come on now. The Wizkids, you have done such great jobs on production values for your other games, like the Clicks games. Why is this one so badly put together, so badly produced? Because that's going to hurt the game. And actually, I won't recommend the game because of how poorly it's put together. But I still think it's a neat idea, and I wish this game could be salvaged because it wasn't nearly as bad as people said. The production is just shoddy. The dice, even the dice aren't very good quality. It's hard to see here, but they're just not very good. The boards themselves, I mean, they're neat designed, but they're bent. You can see the warping there already. Every single one is bent. The tokens are okay, and the cards are just not good quality at all. Okay, but let's look past the production values and see how the game works. Each person is going to choose one district. So let's say, for example, I choose District 10. I'm going to take one of these two heroes, my choice. There's a male and a female hero, and I'll pick one of them. So let's say I pick this one. If you notice, each hero has some stats here at the top. This person has a strength of 5, agility of 1, a cunning of 6, and charm of 6. And they have a special ability. They get +2 to your total score when they're competing for an alliance. And they have an expertise at personality. So I'll put that card in front of me. The other one I set aside. I then get 3 tokens. These 3 tokens are numbered 1, 3, and 6. Each player picks those, and then the game begins. At the beginning of each round, a card is turned from the top of the deck and placed in the middle of the table. Now, most of these cards are going to be events, like the 3 I just turned over. Players are going to take turns putting down tokens on these events. Now, they can put down more than 1 token on an event. They can put just one on an event, but it doesn't matter. So, let's say, for example, we're done with each event. We turn these over. This player has a 4. This player has a 3. On the second event here, this player has a 7. The other player has a 6. And then in this one player has a 6 and the other person has a 3. What each player then who competed will do is they will add the numbers of the tokens that they've put down on the event plus the attribute that event has. For example, this one here has an attribute of cunning. So you'll add your own score of cunning plus the numbers you put down plus each player will roll a die. Whoever is the highest for each one will get the approval rating, basically points for that event, and mark them on the approval rating chart using their token. Now that's how regular events work. But that's not the only thing in the deck. Sometimes there is a special event, like this one here. This special event has approval rating of 5, but also if you win this one, you will get a special ability that you'll be able to use. So instead of the card being discarded, you'll put the card in front of you and use it. Then there's alliance cards. If you win an alliance, you get some points, but more importantly, you get an ally. Now, the first ally for each player in the basic game you must take the other person that you didn't use. Now, what I can do, if you notice this person has strength here and a +2 here. So I can attach them together to give my main character +3 to their strength or +2 to their charm. It's my choice. That nothing else counts. That's the only thing that matters here. But as time goes by and you get more and more allies, you can see how you can really increase your stats as you place more of these allies here. So now he has +3 strength and +2 cunning. So that's what alliances do. Then, the last card that will show up occasionally will be an end of the day card. When this card shows up, you get some points, and then that ends that day. And then you reshuffle and you start over, and each game takes place over a certain amount of days. If an event comes up that matches your symbol on your main character card, like the one I showed, personality, then if you put a token at that event, you're automatically going to win it. So there's something you're really good at. But that's basically it. The person with the most points is the winner. So there you have it. Man, like I said, I like the idea of putting together the different stats, plus a die roll, plus the tokens down. You got to figure out which events to go for. It's so interesting getting the alliance, make your guy more powerful. I like it all. Good theme, good everything, but man, those tiles, they warp, it's annoying. The text is hard to read on the cards, but the biggest problem is that day over card. Where is it supposed to be? Should it be halfway through the deck? Should it be in the bottom 10 cards? Top 15 cards? Because wherever it's supposed to be, it could be the first card in the deck. The rules don't tell you where to shuffle it in. And that's a problem. Because the game just is completely random at that point. You never know when it's going to be over. Fix that problem. Make the production quality a little bit better. And I'll give this one a big thumbs up recommendation. But for now, I can't recommend you get this because as neat of an idea it is, people are going to look at it and go, ah.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.